Okay, first off, if you clicked on this video, you are in for the spoilers. Thanos wins and like half the Avengers die. It's very, very stupid, and let me explain to you why it's so stupid. This is Black Panther. He's supposed to be brilliant, right? He's like a scientist and stuff. He's also allegedly a strategist. Yet for some reason, when Thanos was attacking, nobody thought, hey, why don't we just get a scope, a sniper rifle maybe? There are many times in the film when people get the better of Thanos. So why is it so hard to send SEAL Team 6 over there and take him out like normal people? Instead, we're gonna run up to Thanos and try to punch him to death, because that'll work. If you didn't know, Hulk is a little whiny baby the whole film, because Hulk only likes picking on things that can't really fight back efficiently. The moment someone beats him up, he's just, oh, I don't want to transform. I don't want to fight anybody. It's ridiculous. Here's everything on Hulk's powers. Hulk can resist nuclear explosions, if you see it in all that text, but for some reason, can't resist getting punched in the face a few times. Yeah, that adds up. Then you have Iron Man, who now magically has the technology to instantly take care of serious wounds. And also, apparently, he can turn a little hoodie into a full suit of armor. That makes sense. Total sense. So Iron Man, with all his genius, doesn't think for a second, hey, there's a guy next to me, Doctor Strange, who can control all of time. I'm a super genius, so I'm gonna ignore that the guy next to me could literally just reverse time back to when Thanos wasn't even born yet and prevent Thanos' mom and dad from ever getting together. No, I'm gonna ignore that fact. And instead, I'm gonna let this all happen. We're not gonna mess with time at all. The only thing we're gonna do is have Doctor Strange look into the future and realize that there's a 1 in like 12 million chance that we'll actually win. Yeah, there's only a 1 in 12 million chance if all of your cohorts are like brain dead. Seriously, in the Doctor Strange movie, Doctor Strange puts this giant creature thing in an endless loop until it finally gives up and says, you know what, we'll leave your planet alone. Why does he put that guy in an endless loop, but not the much smaller, less threatening villain of the most recent Avengers? Instead, this super genius doctor surgeon idiot decides to give the guy the rock. So of course the guy is that much closer to wiping out half the population of basically every planet in the universe. Who's more important, Iron Man or half of everybody in the universe? Let me do a little math for you, Doctor Strange. By sacrificing that stone, you may have saved Iron Man, but you wound up causing the life of Black Panther, Spider-Man, and a bunch of other people. I know we have a policy we will not negotiate with. Oh wait, that's exactly what you did. You negotiated with a madman. And look where you are now. Even Iron Man was mad at you. He looks at you like, why'd you do that? My question is, why are both of you supposed to be super geniuses and you can't even think for a second to, I don't know, reverse time to the point before he stabbed Iron Man to make you make the decision to give up the time stone? My God. It's like these people in Hollywood were just sitting in a room going, and that's how they wrote the whole script. Mind you, that movie's very funny. It's very entertaining up until the point you actually turn on your brain and you start realizing how sloppy and illogical their writing is. And those are just a few of the many ways they could have defeated Thanos. But instead, every other buffoon decided to turn off their alleged genius brains and go at him with brute force. It's like you took a bunch of people off a high school football team and put Avengers outfits on them, and that's the conclusion you got. Wow. Are you writing for a multi-billion-dollar industry, or are you writing for a school play? Because only in a school play with this bullcrap you call a plot, pass is acceptable. But what's amazing, so amazing, is that almost nobody seems to be talking about this. Like most everyone's like, oh, they killed a lot of superheroes, or oh, the film was too long. Nobody's like, hey, that actually doesn't make any sense. Hey, these guys are allegedly geniuses and they didn't think of the most basic logic. But let's talk about one of the greatest failures of the entire film, and that is the entirety of the character, the Vision. What is wrong with that impotent shell of a pretend man? That guy's supposed to be super agile, super powerful, super intellectual, analytical, etc. He's supposed to be smarter than any human being on Earth, and all he can do is fall in love with a human woman and also limp around the entire movie, being basically useless. You have one of the Infinity Stones, one of the powers of the universe in your head, and all you can do is look at your significant other and go, ah, the only way to win is to kill me. Yeah, because when you die, the guy with the ability to control time definitely won't just take the stone oh wait, that's exactly what happened. How did you not see that? You're supposed to have the power of like 1,000 human brains, if not more, especially since according to the plot, you've been adapting and evolving. Adapting and evolving to what? Being Marvel's biggest failure? I mean, my God, you're supposed to be the smartest of everyone, and you wound up being the dumbest. Pretty sure even Star-Lord could have figured out, hey, maybe as an electronic being, I shouldn't pointlessly fall in love with a human, and instead it would be more optimal to focus all my efficiency on doing what I was programmed to do, which is help the human species instead of disappear for 2 years for the sake of getting my nut. Which, by the way, I don't think you have a nut to give. So what the F? Long story short, The Avengers was a great cinematic masterpiece to watch. However, it seems like they intentionally dumbed down the characters just to make the villain win. Which, by the way, if the villain was really honest and he was having people eliminated at random, why is he still alive? As a person with that philosophy that, oh, the world would be better off with half the population as you take out yourself. What are you doing here? And one more thing. This guy has the ability to make people think whatever he wants as far as illusions. So instead of going after the villain with a knife, why didn't he just make himself look like the villain and trick the villain's own friends into killing the villain? Or at least trying to, so the villain killed his own friends, and once people figured him out, he could just transition into another person, messing with their heads once more, transition to another person. And when they finally actually successfully attacked or killed Loki, it was just a projection in the first place, and Loki's nowhere near you guys. Nobody seems to be using their powers to their full potential except for one character, and that is Thor. Just kidding, Thor could have called down a lightning bolt to easily get himself out of his restraints when the moron supervillain was actively killing so many people on his ship. He could have just blown them all away, especially after they killed Loki, because guess what? You have nothing to lose at this point. Destroy them all. But no, Thor just sat there going, you are the lightning god. What is wrong with you? Anyway, so obviously there is a gigantic problem with the credibility of most every character in that movie. And one more thing. This is Star-Lord's dad, right? Basically the creator of the universe, or so that's what the story implied. This chick had the ability repeatedly to put the god of the universe to sleep like it was nothing. But when she tried to put the villain from Marvel to sleep, a man who is, as far as god level goes, far less powerful, she couldn't even knock him unconscious. He was still conscious the entire time. Why? What? Why? This guy is basically God, and you can go, he's out. But Thanos, the guy who's about as big as, I don't know, Andre the Giant, no, that guy has the intellectual capacity to resist. An actual God, out. Him, I'm fine. I'm just gonna continue to be conscious. Hope you enjoyed this rant. Squeeze.